Alright, we've been using too much brain power on this channel recently. It's time for some trash content. So I was trolling the Arrow subreddit a couple weeks ago, and firstly, there's a lot of talk about Season 3 recently, which I think is really cool. I'm glad that we're talking about Season 3 more, because it just so happens to coincide with what I've been talking about on this show, because I'm doing Season 3 right now. But I found this post by Turbulent Car 7086. What would be the Am I the Asshole for the Arrow cast? Now, unironically, I love Am I the Asshole when it's done humorously. You don't even explain the situation, just Am I the Asshole for da-da-da-da, and you don't post any context. I love that kind of stuff. So, I have a notepad here, and we are going to go through this post, and we're gonna decide who is versus isn't the asshole. And whoever has the most points in being the asshole at the end of this, I don't know, but it's gonna be funny. I just wanted to do this because it would be funny. So for those of you that don't know what Am I the Asshole is there's an entire subreddit for this where you post a situation that you're unsure who is in the right and who is in the wrong, and then the comments decide who is versus isn't the asshole in that situation. So, for the Arrow edition, I assume it's just going to be a bunch of different scenarios from the show and asked as if they were questions. So I think this is going to be really funny, so let's do this. Here we go. Am I the asshole for using a booby trap with arrows on my friend to teach him a lesson? That's, Flash, Season 1, Episode 8. Barry and Oliver are training. Barry runs towards Oliver, catches the arrow, and then gets hit in the back with the remote control bows. That was posted by Perseus TW, by the way. And then, this person, Shadow MYR, says, not the asshole. He has plenty of time to case the environment. Is Oliver the asshole for this? For this one, I am going to say not the asshole because he was just trying to teach Barry a lesson, but I'm gonna also put Barry on here because in the Elseworlds crossover, Barry actually gets Oliver back for this, and he does it exclusively to be the asshole.
I've been waiting 4 years for that, man. Oh, it's priceless. Hold on. You get a photo. Boom!
So we are currently sitting Oliver, no, Barry, yes, and one of each. Significant Speed 95. Am I the asshole for breaking into my mother's office to find out whether or not she was lying about my father's death? So this is Season 1, Episode 13 and 14, where Oliver breaks into Queen Consolidated. I don't know if Oliver's the asshole for this. I'm gonna go with not the asshole on this one for Oliver because it's relevant to the plot. He needs to know this information in order to understand what the undertaking is. Oh, we have a reply! We have a reply from Imaginary Sherbet 26. Am I the asshole for using my children as a way to distract a hooded vigilante who broke in asking about my criminal doings and connections that'll eventually kill 503 people and then also shooting him? Moira does have ulterior motives in that scene. She's doing it both to protect the undertaking, but also to protect herself and her kids because they've already lost Robert. So I'm gonna say Moira, not the asshole. Camely says, am I the asshole for taking my girlfriend's sister out on my boat? Yes, absolutely yes. That is the pilot episode. Vax10x says, nah, that's not the worst part of it. Am I the asshole for cheating on my girlfriend by bringing her sister on a boat trip that she ended up dying on, then getting back with the now grieving girlfriend, then leaving her for the sister again after finding out she's actually alive, only for the girlfriend to die and gets replaced by a copy from an alternate universe I tried to kill. That is an incredibly specific am I the asshole. I've already given this one a you are the asshole for this, yes. Although if we wanted to give it for dating Sarah again in Season 2, I'm gonna go with not the asshole on that second part of it because Oliver and Laurel had already agreed to be friends in City of Heroes. Oliver was available, Sarah was available. Yeah, I see nothing wrong with that. Yeah, not the asshole. Ooh, Competitive Crow 334 brings up a good point. He was already aware it was wrong, though. Not the asshole. Your girlfriend's sister would have dated you if it wasn't for her interfering first. She's a selfish, competitive, vindictive woman who uses the mask of a snobby rule follower to hide the fact that she's worse than the people she judges. Ooh, damn. She probably toyed with your feelings just to get one over her sister when it was honest. When honesty, I can't read, is the most important quality of a relationship. Therefore, it's fair for you to screw her over too. You deserve better, King. I don't know about that one. I mean, Laurel did screw Sarah over though, right? Because Sarah liked Oliver, but Laurel called the cops on that party, and this was revealed in not Suicide Squad. Oh no, it was Blind Spot. I knew what episode that was from. Okay, we're gonna put Laurel on here too for breaking up that party. Yes, just to get with Oliver when she knew Sarah liked Oliver. She should have let Oliver choose between the two of them. So I am gonna say Laurel is the asshole for that one. Oh, this next one's a good one. This is gonna bring up a great debate, dude. Anas090897 says, am I the asshole for leaving my wife and kid to save the multiverse? That is the heroic and correct thing to do, not the asshole. Resim03_ says, am I the asshole for taking experimental steroids and funding a criminal enterprise in order to keep being a vigilante? Oh, this is John in season 6. I didn't remember what this one was. Oh, wait. This is an interesting one. I don't think that the only reason is for John to keep being a vigilante, though. I think it's more, again, to do the job he was given to save his city. Is it good that he's funding Diaz? No. But in his defense, he wants to appear strong for the rest of the team, since that's the whole, that was Oliver's whole thing. In season 3 especially, he didn't allow himself to grieve Sarah's death because he needed to appear strong for everyone else. And with Dig now as team leader in that instance, I think he wanted to have a similar thing. So I'm gonna say not the asshole. Missing Cosmonaut brings up a good point, though. You're the asshole. You're funding the very operation you're fighting as a vigilante. Stop it. No, that's fair. That's fair. But again, I'm gonna go with not the asshole on this one. You can disagree with me in the comments. That's just my thought. Andrea Snodback says, am I the asshole for killing my sister's drug dealer? Absolutely not the asshole. Are you kidding me? He's trying to save his sister's life. Fuck that. This is a good one. Evil Electric Boy says, am I the asshole for not accepting an old man's offer to become his successor? So this is relating to the offer in season 3 where Roz tells Oliver that he should become the next Ra's al Ghul. With the League of Assassins at his command, the ability to protect every city in the world. I think it makes sense for Oliver's character for him to not accept Ra's offer, but I am gonna say that Oliver is the asshole for not making that decision because it does have some upsides. Oh, this is a good one. Significant Speed 95 again. Am I the asshole for basically telling my husband to leave his kid for me? Yes. Yes, Felicity, you are the asshole. To this day, this is still one of the worst writing decisions on Arrow, dude. And this is like what Malcolm did to Thea. This is that, but for Felicity. It's completely indefensible. We got a couple You're the Assholes in the response, followed by Spilled Milk Bro, who says, okay, I haven't really seen the show in a while, but did Felicity really do this? And then Historical Ad 8790 says, no, Lamau, I hated this subplot and it was a stupid-ass way to break them up, but she was mad at him for hiding the kid from her because she thought it implied he didn't trust her. This is an interesting perspective on this that I had not considered before, since the reason he didn't tell her was because Samantha told him he couldn't tell anyone, but several other people found out anyways. Okay, this is a 4-paragrapher, but I kind of want to read this. This is a perspective I haven't seen before. I get Oliver's conflict here, but I also get Felicity's because 1, Samantha didn't have to know that Felicity knew. Again, several people already knew, true. And 2, you can't marry someone without telling them you have a kid with no concrete plan to tell them in the near future. You have to at least postpone the engagement. I mean, how would you react if you were months or even years into marriage and your spouse says, hey, by the way, I have a child that I knew about before we got married and have been visiting them secretly ever since? That is fair. Like, it sucks for Oliver, but unfortunately, unless you challenge Samantha on this, the only way for you to see your kid is to hide this big-ass secret from anyone in your life. Then you can't be in a serious relationship. That's a position that Samantha put him in, a choice she's making him make, not Felicity. Looking at it from that perspective, yeah, thank you, historical ad 8790. You have changed my perspective on this scene. And I'm going to refer back to you and this video when I eventually get to that episode. But I am gonna put Samantha Clayton on here as you are the asshole. Absolutely I'm gonna do that because that's a shitty thing to do. Oh, underscore Tad Strange says, am I the asshole for nuking a small town? When you put it like that, absolutely Felicity would be the asshole, but this is in the season 4 finale Schism, where Felicity redirected the missile to avoid hitting Starling, and that was before they had the other solution of inverting the missiles and have them explode in space. It is a terrible and unfortunate circumstance, but it was either do nothing and not only have Felicity die, everyone she cares about die, but have infinite more people die in Starling, or redirect the missile to hit Haven Rock. It's a bad outcome either way, although Felicity could potentially have had it explode in the ocean. Maybe she didn't think of that at the time, or maybe the missiles had some sort of thing where it required a heat signature, or she had to direct it to a town. I don't remember fully. I haven't seen the episodes in a while, but I am gonna go with not the asshole for this one, and you can disagree with me on that in the comments if you'd like. The OP replies, Lamau, these are gold. Am I the asshole for killing my brother's ex-girlfriend and not having any memories of doing so? Oh, so this is, I literally just covered this. This is in The Climb. This is Thea getting brainwashed by Malcolm, using Vatura. Her mind was absent, she was not in control, Thea not the asshole. And then Significant Speed 95 with the reply, lol, am I the asshole for getting my estranged daughter to kill her brother's ex-girlfriend for my own good? I literally just spent an entire 2-hour video talking about this. Yes, absolutely, Malcolm is the asshole for this. OneSir93 says, am I the asshole for having a relationship with the guy who cheated on my sister with me and not apologizing to my sister for the affair? Oh, this is again back to Sarah in the pilot throughout season 1 and then throughout season 2. I mean, if you want to talk about just the context of season 1, then yes, I would say Sarah is the asshole. But if you want to talk about the second time it happened, it was not an affair because Oliver and Laurel were not together, so I would say not the asshole. So I'm going to put Sarah on here, and I'm going to put 1 point on each side. H344 says, am I the asshole for calling my legally married partner husband in front of his longtime girlfriend? This is Nissa, and she absolutely is petty as fuck for this.
Husband? My husband. My husband. Thank you, husband. You are my husband.
I'm not your husband.
Husband?
You gotta stop doing that. I do have a wife now, and she doesn't like it.
But that's the fun of it.
JDB4402 replies, not the asshole by the law of lols. It is pretty funny. As funny as it is, I am gonna say that Nissa is the asshole for this. Fantastic Canary 417 says, am I the asshole for getting mad when my boss spied on me to find out if I betrayed him when I actually did betray him and turned the rest of his team on him? Season 6 was such a dumpster fire. So this is Renee in season 6 in the episode, I think it was Irreconcilable Differences. So in Renee's defense, the FBI threatened to take his daughter from him and expose the fact that he is a vigilante. I don't know if this reply is going to bring up, am I the asshole for spying on my friends, for spying on my team? But it's technically, I think it's Oliver's call, so I'm gonna give Oliver, you're the asshole for this one, even though I could give it to Oliver, Dig, and Felicity simultaneously because it was an OTA decision. I understand why Renee was upset, but to my memory, OTA had no reason to spy on the team. So I would say Oliver is the asshole for that. Is Renee the asshole for giving up Oliver's identity to the FBI? Given the situation he was put in, it was an impossible decision. I would say no. Is he the asshole for getting mad and for turning the whole team against him? I don't think Renee knew that he would turn Curtis and Dinah against OTA by storming out like that. I think it was really bad of Oliver to not see it from Renee's perspective until much, much later in docket number 11-19-41-73. I agree that this plot point was stupid as fuck, but I'm gonna say not the asshole here, actually. Green Arrow _07 asks, am I the asshole for not telling my fiance about the child I had with a previous girlfriend that I just found out existed? Not the asshole. And I know I covered this from Felicity and Samantha's perspective earlier. I did not cover this from Oliver's perspective. Oliver is not the asshole. Oliver wanted to know his kid. The mother gave him an ultimatum. It's a really, really bad situation for all parties. Marshall _Sin asks, am I the asshole for kidnapping my best friend's wife and abandoning their baby? What the fuck? Oh, I think this is later on in season 3. This is Elsa Him. I'm gonna be honest, I genuinely don't remember this happening. So this is when Oliver is trying to gain the trust of Ra's al Ghul for the League of Assassins. Oliver kidnaps Lila. I didn't know he left baby Sarah there. I get that it was for the greater good, but I'm gonna give Oliver asshole for that one. That's fucked. Nitroblast 4563 asks, am I the asshole for reviving my sister into a monster? Not the asshole. Oliver had no idea that was gonna happen. Roz kills Thea and then tells him that he can bring her back to life if he accepts the offer to become the next Ra's al Ghul. Oliver did not know that Thea was going to get the bloodlust. Missing Cosmonaut asks, am I the asshole for forcing my daughter to marry a man she hardly knows and then threatening to kill her if she doesn't? So this is Roz in This Is Your Sword from season 3. And yes, he's the asshole for this. What the f is this word? Oh! I'm gonna have to blur this. Show Me Yellow $sign says, am I the asshole for interrupting my best friend's wedding and making it my own? This is Crisis on Earth X. The entire thing centers around Barry and Iris's wedding. Now, I know that I go to bat for Felicity a lot on this channel, but if you actually watch the crossover, you would see that neither Barry nor Iris are offended that Felicity asks John to marry her and Oliver as well. In fact, it's actually the exact opposite. They're visually ecstatic to be sharing their special day with their friends. So, in a weird twist of fate, the audience is actually more offended by something that happened in universe than the characters, when that is absolutely not how it usually goes. What with all the secret keeping and the you didn't tell me you're a superhero wah bullshit that I hate about these shows. It's a pretty ironic twist in all fairness, but regardless of that, what would normally absolutely be a you are the asshole moment isn't, because no one in universe is negatively affected by this, and it actually makes for a pretty sweet moment and a really good conclusion to this miniature arc that Oliver and Felicity have during the crossover. So I am actually going to give this not the asshole. Am I the asshole for leaving Roy knocked out and didn't check on him after the fight with Ray Palmer? Season 2, episode 17. Okay, well, Ray wasn't on the show, so I assume this is season 3, episode 17. I genuinely don't remember this. Well, you know, how badly was Roy injured, I guess is the question. Let me rewatch this scene real quick. Oh my god! That's what happens to Roy? Oh my god, and yeah, Oliver just walks away, leaving Roy there unconscious. Yeah, I'm gonna go with you're the asshole on that one, Ollie. Daredevil asks, am I the asshole for killing my brother? So this is John in season 4. John's brother was not the man that John remembered him to be and had sold out the team to Damien Dark, aka a global terrorist. I'm gonna say not the asshole for this one. He was a piece of shit! What do you want me to say? Blackfire Production 1 asks, am I the asshole for waiting to tell my sister I'm alive, and then 1 season later, am I the asshole for waiting to tell my dad that my sister died? So the first one, the Sarah one, am I the asshole for waiting to tell my sister I'm alive? I'm gonna say Sarah is not the asshole. I mean, if Sarah dies again, which she does, they wouldn't have to grieve a second time if they didn't know that Sarah was alive. Only this time it would be worse because she cheated death once before. So yeah, I'm gonna give Sarah not the asshole here. I don't think that was her thought process, but I do think that you can argue that. And then, am I the asshole for waiting to tell my dad that my sister died? So this is Laurel. I've been pretty on Laurel's side with this one. I'm gonna go with not the asshole, but there was a point in Midnight City where Laurel, in the Black Canary costume, used a voice modifier to pose as Sarah to get information from Quentin. And it gave him hope that Sarah was still alive. That is a big moral can of worms, and I don't like it. I'm going to give Laurel asshole for that one. Okay, this next one is super confusing. So MaggotBoy555, I've already answered this question. Wisteria Gray, though. Am I the asshole for having my new bestie pretend to be my alter ego and use me as leverage to find out what my mom was planning with her affair partner / BD? Oh, baby daddy. I genuinely do not know what this is referring to. Oh, I know what this is now. This is season 1, episode 22. This is, okay, they worded this really weird because I could not figure out what it was for a second here. This is season 1, episode 22, Darkness on the Edge of Town. Oliver has Dig pose as the Arrow, kidnap him and Moira, and torture Oliver into making Moira give up what's happening with the undertaking. Not the asshole. They needed information and there was only one person that was gonna give it to them, and there was gonna be a lot of deaths if they didn't get that information. Also, neither Oliver nor Moira actually sustained any physical injury for that incident. Okay, I've only got 2 left. Doom Knight 92 says Felicity is 100 emoji, the biggest asshole. What does the 100 emoji mean? The 100 emoji is used in digital communication to express or emphasize achievement, support, approval, and motivation. It also generally means absolutely or keep it real. Oh, God, I'm such a boomer. We'll end on Diablo Scar Zeros here. Sir Doobie Baker asks, am I the asshole because you've failed this city? And the answer to that is no. Oliver goes after the people on the list for a reason and makes them pay for the horrible things they've done, so. And then Diablo Scar Zero asks, and this is a good one to end on, am I the asshole for lying to my best friend about being stranded on a deserted island? I'm gonna go with no, because Oliver was still absent for 5 years. Oliver was still stranded away from Starling for 5 years. Although he really, like, at the end of season 3, he had the opportunity to go home. But that's a completely different thing than what was asking. That's a am I the asshole for not going home? And after season 3, he didn't feel he was worthy of being able to go home anyway, as evidenced by the fact that he was saving people in other cities as the Arrow at that point. Okay, hang on. I've got one. Do I have a Reddit account? I don't even think I have a Reddit account. Holy shit! I do have a Reddit account! Oh, now I can actually see the way that the Reddit is supposed to look, how it's supposed to be green like this. Am I the asshole for ordering a nuclear strike on a city of 576,000 to take out an army of people with super strength? I didn't upvote that myself. Reddit did that when I posted it. I knew I wanted to do one with Amanda Waller, so I figured I'd post something related to her, and this is a good one. Because this sparks an interesting moral debate is the question. But here's the question. Is Waller the asshole for this? I'm gonna go with not the asshole, because as Waller says herself, she needs to think about the people in every city. And in her defense, she doesn't know that Slade is only after Oliver. What he would have done with all the people that he gave Mirakuru to after he'd gotten his revenge on Oliver, fuck if I know. But Waller didn't know that Slade was only after Oliver, so I'm gonna give her not the asshole. But you can reply to this if you would like. You can decide whether I'm right or wrong on anything that I have judged asshole versus not the asshole in the comments of this video. With all that said, I'm glad that I did this. This was a fun, low-stakes video to do. We'll be back with AA soon, but I wanted to give you guys just a break, and I found this post incredibly humorous. So yeah, that's it for this video, guys. If you enjoyed it, please be sure to leave a like and a comment. That'd be greatly appreciated. Also, be sure to click that subscribe button if you haven't already, so that you can join us as soon as freaking possible. While I'm plugging everything else, be sure to click the bell so that you get notified whenever we upload one of these crappy videos or stream, because they're pretty low quality too. But apart from that, I will see you guys in the next one. Peace out, guys. This is Demigod Shmurda. Edge!